Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Conceptual Genetics and Breeding. In today's video, we will discuss some of the questions which are based on Chargaff rule. In our previous video, we have already discussed about this Chargaff rule. Now we will discuss some of the questions so that you can get better understanding of these rules. So, first question is Chargaff rule are applicable to. First option is single stranded DNA. Second option is single stranded DNA and RNA. Third option is double stranded DNA and RNA. And our fourth option is double stranded DNA. So these rules are always applicable to double stranded DNA molecule. Like this, you can see here in this image, this is a double stranded DNA molecule in which this is one strand and this is the another strand, and both are joined together by the base pairing. Okay, so this is double stranded DNA molecule. Single stranded RNA is like this only, in which these will be the bases, and the double stranded DNA and RNA molecules, on RNA molecules this rule is not applicable. So here you can see that it is only applicable to the double stranded DNA molecule. So second question is Chargaff rule states. First option is adenine plus guanine always equal to thymine plus cytosine. Second option is adenine plus thymine always equal to guanine plus cytosine. Adenine plus cytosine always equal to thymine plus cytosine, or all of the above. So here option A is correct, that all the purines are always equal to all the pyrimidines, all the amount of pyrimidines. So adenine and guanine both are purines, and thymines and cytosine both are pyrimidine nitrogenous bases. So we can say that adenine plus guanine will always be equal to thymine plus cytosine. These are not correct because adenine, if you see the structure of DNA, you will see that adenine always double bond with thymine. So adenine will equal to thymine, but adenine plus thymine will not equal to guanine plus cytosine. Likewise, this option is also not correct. So the correct option is purines will always be equal to pyrimidines. So adenine plus guanine, adenine and guanine both are purines. They will be always equal to thymine plus cytosine. Means all the purines and pyrimidines, they will be present in 1:1 ratio in the structure, double stranded structure of DNA. Third question is, what is true according to Chargaff rule? So again, four options are there. Adenine plus guanine is equal to thymine plus cytosine. It is correct because all the purines and pyrimidines, they will be 1:1 ratio in the DNA. We all already discussed in our previous question. A is equal to C. It is not correct because A will always be equal to T, because A will bond with T. Wherever A will present, for example, these are the double strand, or if we simply draw the two strand like this straight, we will see that if here A is present, it will always bond with T, means adenine will always bond with thymine. So wherever A is present in one strand, on the opposite strand T will present. So A will always be equal to T. Likewise, if here G is present in one strand, on the opposite strand always C will present. If C is here, always on the opposite strand G will present. Okay, so in this manner we can say G is always equal to C. So this is not correct, this is not correct, and this is also not correct. So here also the correct option is this, means purines, they will be always equal to pyrimidine in the ratio 1:1. So first option is correct here. And our next question is, in a DNA molecule there is 30% adenine. So they are saying it is a DNA molecule, and in this adenine is 30%. So we can say that all the nitrogenous bases, they are 100%. We can assume that four type of nitrogenous bases are present: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, and together they form 100%. So out of these 100%, adenine is 30%. Then calculate percentage of other nitrogenous bases. So we all know that adenine is always equal to thymine and guanine is always equal to cytosine. This is the Chargaff rule, and here we know that adenine is 30%. So we can see that thymine is also 30%. So A plus T is equal to 60%, less remaining is 40%. So we know that guanine is equal to cytosine, means 20% guanine will be there and 20% cytosine will be there. So here we can see that adenine is 30%, that's why thymine is also 30%, and then guanine and cytosine will be 20% each. So on the basis of, if we know the Chargaff rule, we can always calculate the percentage of other nitrogenous bases if we are having the percentage of only single nitrogenous bases. So here adenine is 30%, and adenine always double bond with T. So adenine will always be equal to T, means thymine. So thymine will always be 30%, and remaining 40% we can divide. This guanine will be 20% and this cytosine will be 20%, because we know that guanine will always be equal to cytosine. So other nitrogenous bases are in this proportion. So next question is, in a DNA molecule, guanine is 10% content. Okay, so guanine, here concentration of guanine have been given. So they are saying that guanine in a DNA molecule, it is a DNA molecule, guanine is 10%, then what percentage of adenine will be there? Means here now we have to calculate the percentage of adenine. So we all know that guanine is always pair with cytosine, means it is always equal to cytosine. So if guanine is 10%, then cytosine will also be 10%. So they are together 20%. If we reduce 20% from 100%, because all in this molecule all the nitrogenous bases are 100%. These four nitrogenous bases: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. So guanine is 10%. That's why cytosine is also be 10%. So these are together, they are constituting 20%. So rest 80% will be constituted by this adenine and thymine. So here we know that adenine is equal to thymine, because adenine always pair with thymine. So this will be 40% and this will be 40%. Together they will form the 100% nitrogenous bases of the DNA molecule. So 40%, 40%, 10% and 10%. Total 100% will be there. So in this manner we can calculate the percentage of other nitrogenous bases if we are having the percentage of one nitrogenous basis. So here our answer will be adenine will be 40%, because guanine is 10%. That's why cytosine will be 10%, and then 100 minus 20 will be 80%. So in this 80%, 40% adenine will be there and 40% thymine will be there. So these are some of the questions. I hope this Chargaff rule is now more clear to all of you. Thank you so much.